On a cold winter night, I embarked on a solitary drive along a desolate highway. The road stretched out before me, flanked by dense forests that seemed to whisper their secrets in the wind. Though stories of unsettling incidents on this particular route had circulated, I brushed them off as mere urban legends. As I ventured deeper into the night, my attention was drawn to the dwindling fuel gauge, indicating dangerously low levels. An uneasy feeling settled within me as I realized there were no gas stations in sight. Anxious thoughts began to race through my mind, aware that being stranded on this isolated road was far from ideal. Just as panic threatened to take hold, a flicker of hope appeared in the distance. A worn-out gas station emerged from the darkness, its neon sign casting an eerie glow. Determined to refuel and continue my journey, I pulled into the station, the silence of the night amplifying my apprehension. Inside, an elderly attendant stood behind the counter, his eyes filled with caution and weariness. He shared stories of peculiar incidents that had occurred on this highway, tales of inexplicable happenings and vanished travelers. His words sent a shiver down my spine, but I dismissed them as unfounded rumors, resolute in my plan to refuel and press on. As I pumped gas into my car, an inexplicable sensation washed over me. The air grew heavy and a chilling breeze whispered through the night, carrying echoes of distant laughter that sent a cold shiver down my spine. Uneasy, I hurried to finish and returned to my car, eager to leave the unsettling gas station behind. But as I turned the key in the ignition, my heart sank. The engine remained silent, refusing to start. Panic gripped me as I attempted multiple times, desperation mounting with each failed attempt. It was as if the car had succumbed to the ominous atmosphere that surrounded me. Summoning my courage, I stepped out of the vehicle, surveying my surroundings. The gas station, once a seemingly benign structure, now appeared as a haunting scene. Shadows danced eerily, twisting and contorting in unsettling patterns. The world around me seemed to warp and shift, as if reality itself was unraveling. In the distance, I heard a faint sound, like footsteps drawing closer, steadily growing louder. Fear surged through my veins as I strained to discern the figures emerging from the darkness. They were indistinct, distorted shapes, their movements unnaturally disjointed and erratic. Driven by sheer terror, I sprinted, my heart pounding in my chest, but the figures persisted, never far behind. Their presence seemed to permeate the air, their malevolence closing in with each desperate stride. Exhausted and overwhelmed, I stumbled upon a weathered roadside motel. Desperate for refuge, I burst through the doors, desperately pleading for help. The motel owner, taken aback by my distress, quickly dialed emergency services, but when the authorities arrived, there was no trace of the haunting figures that had pursued me. My encounter on that highway left me forever changed, plagued by unanswered questions and an unshakable sense of dread. I became a cautionary tale, warning others of the enigmatic dangers that can lurk in the most unsuspecting places. To this day, the highway remains an ominous mystery, its secrets buried in darkness, waiting to ensnare the next unsuspecting traveler who dares to venture along its forsaken path.